Hey everybody, how are you doing today? Welcome back. Welcome back. We are just outside of the eclipse window. We just went through autumn equinox, fall in the northern hemisphere, spring in the southern hemisphere. So welcome in and welcome all. How are you navigating life's distractions? How are you navigating the changes? How are you navigating all of these things? It's been quite an interesting ride. It has been quite disruptive because I haven't been able to quite face, right, what that disruption means, what it brings up, what it dials into. Every moment to bounce back inward, to go into more self-examination. Why is this going on, right? What is it teaching me? What am I feeling? Asking those questions and getting to deeper and deeper layers, because right now what is surfacing, what has been surfacing, is meant to surface. A lot of big changes have happened even in my own life. I'm not going to get into them all right now. That'll be for a later video or a later time, but there's been a lot of changes, big life changes occurring as well for my own personal journey. So I'm not going to say those are collective, but those are definitely right. Once you lose a timeline, right, once everything shifts, what do you have left? You have you. You have you in the new embodiment, you in the new walk, you in the new journey, and you integrating, you embodying, you fulfilling, right? So we're going to go into Wisdom of the Oracle, see what messages want to come up for us. Welcome to Libra season. We're here, we're in it, right? So one part saying adios to summer, and another part saying hello to autumn and what it represents for us. Alrighty. Wisdom of the Oracle. Significator. What's a significator for today's message from Wisdom of the Oracle for us and our collective, our beloved community? Co-create, right? So it's that space of working together, cooperatively collaborating. Perhaps this is with individuals, perhaps this is with the universe, with creator, or even with your own wisdom. It is about that how we work, how we collaborative, how we align, how we get things going. Partnership and pairing comes up a lot because we've been closing up so many cycles. So a lot of this is, and I'm seeing this waveform, is how do we allow things to kind of, without forcing it, continue to resonate so it can create equilibrium. There is this harmonic pairing that occurs when two or more get together. And a part of this co-creation is working with one another, not against. So we're looking at what unifies, right? What assists us to continue to work together, and what new opportunities are birthing and emerging from within us that are a part of collaboration and play. Once again, when wisdom is showing up here, especially with the owl right now, the wisdom is showing up because, first off, there's something that you are seeing very clearly that's important to you in your journey moving forward. Owls, they can see very clearly. But the wisdom of the owl is giving us an opportunity to go, okay, now that we're in our new experience, because we closed whatever chapters have closed, with everything that is happening here, is how do we allow convergent harmonics to work with us rather than against us, healing and or clearing the constraint and the restriction or the disruption, and allowing these opportunities to be those kind of like bounce and pivot points that bring things closer together. So things are coming together based upon, right, the applied wisdom of what we learned in the older chapters, and aligning and synchronistically integrating into what the new is for us. So we're in a co-creation period. Serendipity, there we go, right? Follow the magic. Serendipity speaks of those aha moments, those events that kind of bring things into alignment. If you see, she's being carried by the four-leaf clover. So there is some sense of creationship or magic that is bringing things together. So things are aligning for you. Things are aligning. And when we get swept away in the currents of change, it's guiding us to really beautiful places. This feels like this co-creation, okay? This pull, this sense of how you're moving, it might not be directly in front of you. These can be, continental things that are occurring. This could be happening in other parts of the globe. There's some sort of shift or movement that's occurring, and it's creating the serendipity in regards to what this co-creative alignment is for the opportunities that are opening up for you. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a really good thing. Wow. So where you're moving to, it is something that is bringing up a sense of gratitude. It's magic and gratitude working together. It really is gracing you with a new opportunity to feel into alignment. And a lot of this is very much so giving you an opportunity to like reframe what your future is. Just the other day, I had a message which said, please include yourself in the future realities of others. Please do so. And it's because wherever I had personally felt like left out or isolated or siloed or alone, it required me to say, hey, we really do need you to place yourself into future realities with others. And so whether this was dialed with like, full embodied visualization, or this is something that was is intended to occur, there was something about making sure that we create a cohesive and an aligned future for ourselves that was really important. That's why I'm stating this, is because of this observer card. It does feel like this future focus, neutral state of zooming out is gifting us an opportunity to see things in a quite unique way. This is a moment of relaxing. This is a moment of trusting. This is a moment of really like relinquishing control so we can step into flow, because this is how we step in or dial into observation mode to gift us things over what is to come, right? The seeds, the new journey. Either way, this co-creative collaborative adventure is bringing you an opportunity to step fully in to embrace what I want to say is the divine unknown, to know that you are being taken care of, not taken advantage of. Take care of what this blessing is offering you, because it's gracing you with an opportunity to see into a new future, right? To take a step back and to kind of observe. It's bringing a healthy level of curiosity. Perhaps it's bringing questioning, but that questioning might be bringing up some things in regards to stability and safety mechanisms. Trust the process. Trust the process. We have a 22 at the center here, which means that there's something building up for you. You are building up to something. There is something in regards to, I want to say the master plan, right? Which is kind of like, if you do trust, right? If you trust God, if you trust Creator, if you trust the universe, that there is a greater plan or a greater experience or a greater why. This is a part of one of those greater why or synchronistic moments. And it's because magic is guiding you to a new journey, to a new future, and to some new insight as well. This observer, when it talks about the telescopic way of being, it can talk to us a little bit. The telescope can align with what we're focusing on, what we're intending, and what we're paying attention to. So this has an effect. What we pay attention to, what we focus on, has an effect. That's why the universe wants to remind you about step into the magic, right? The divine moments that like, wow, like that was a God moment. Yeah, this is a part of God's plan. Yeah, this is like totally, this is something that was meant to be. And the blessing is giving you an opportunity to recognize that this is a part of the reframe. Good things to come, right? And I know as we learn from the good, the bad, and the ugly, we learn from all of it, this is just a reminder that this is a positive, influential experience in regards to co-creation. And this is something that is bringing in some sense of gratitude or grace to your journey. It's something that's helping you to recognize where you're at in your most valuable place, or in being with fortunate friends. This is an opportunity to receive what life is gracing you with. And it does feel like it shows up at a moment's notice, and it's really, really helping you to see the bigger picture. So right now there's a co-creative and a collaborative endeavor with the universe and with others to see things in a new way. One more card, please, for the overall message. One more card. Closing message, please. There we go. There's a new you. There we go. New life. So you are emerging into a different version of you. New life is speaking of, that new beginning. It's speaking of that new experience. It's a new expression. It's a brand new version of you. There's something emanating and radiating out of your space that's bringing in happiness. It's bringing in newness. So with this kind of like new life, full energy, and a part of that perspective, right, is it's like back to that wisdom, right? One of these weird phrases that's like a part of that parental cultural thing is hindsight is always 2020. Always having a kind of like a negative way of seeing things, but recognize too is that the way we see things in the beginning isn't always the way we see things in the end. Back to the wisdom, the owl representing that space of wisdom. So when we take applied action in regards to the wisdom, that which we know to be true in regards to our own integrity, right, we start to follow more of what the nuance of changes in our journey, because we're going to see things in a new way. So when the Fool energy comes up, the reminder here is that this isn't your first fool or being foolish. Whether this is job, this is career, this is collaboration with people, new friendships, something new is coming through. You haven't in this lifetime, haven't received the beginning of a major arcana for the first time. You've had many new beginnings and fresh starts. So even though the Fool comes with like fresh energy, there isn't this sense of ignorance, because there's built upon and sustainable wisdom because of the choices you've chosen to make in your journey. Back to the owl. So while the Fool is bringing, the Fool kind of energy brings freshness, it brings life, it brings like that closest connection to God or to spirit or to the eternal, to creator from within you, it also represents the fact that there are fresh lenses and new perspectives, but it's built upon wisdom. So it's not so... The reminder here is there's not as much to fear in regards to the perspective and the way you see life. But the hindsight is clear. Something new is emerging from within you. So this is kind of like the caterpillar emerging as the butterfly. This is the phoenix rising. This is that moment of really feeling like you're stretching into the new skin. And I state that meaning like I've had to go through this kind of muscle tightness too. So perhaps this is a part of the light creating space in your new journey. Either way, veils have fallen. Masks are continuing to be revealed if you see this mask, and it does feel like you are very much so supported and seen in what this new experience is. So enjoy what this new journey is. This is all a part of a collaborative effort with you in the universe and others, perhaps even a soul group, a monad, or a collective, that something is burgeoning and emerging from your journey. So enjoy this process. Enjoy the magic. Step into it fully. Continue to receive the blessings, right? This is meant to happen. These are really good things that are meant to happen, almost like a little bit of like that kind of, if you believe in the fates, that little bit of fated energy. But also too, there is that seeing into future goals, seeing into the new realities in a new way, being able to see from a fresh perspective or fresh lenses. And as a result, this is something that's reinvigorating your life to come back online and to see yourself in a completely new, beautiful, and vibrant way. So I love you guys. Much love and respect to all of you out there. Thank you again for your likes, shares, and subscribes. Links are in the description box. With that, guys, enjoy, Libra season. Enjoy what all of this is emerging from within us. Enjoy the collaboration, the co-creation, and I'll see you guys soon. Love you all. Namaste.